24 jockeys have ridden over 1,000 winners ever jumps, but Stan Mellor was the first to reach that pinnacle. It was his focus and drive and unique last fence momentum that set him apart, such as when winning the Whitbread Gold Cup in 1962.
Racing up to the last fence now, it's Frenchman's Cove from Carrickbeg. These two drawn right away from Milestone into the last. A great jump by Frenchman's Cove from Carrickbeg there. 200 yards to go now. It's Frenchman's Cove from Carrickbeg. These two drawn right away from Springbok, who's finishing very fast in third place. Carrickbeg challenging very strongly, but Frenchman's Cove's hanging on, just a few strides to go at the post. It's Frenchman's Cove the winner.
Stan, you came into racing as a small and very light amateur jump jockey, and you were champion jockey, and you really never weighed more than 9 stone. That must have been a huge disadvantage.
I was 8 stone 10 stripped most of the time. When I started, I was rather like the before in the Charles Atlas adverts. You know? So I did this weight. I went to a gym in Manchester. In those days, it wasn't so much weight training, it was weight lifting. And there were all these great beefy weight lifters who lifted great weights, and they looked at themselves in mirrors like this. And I was in the corner with my little weights.
The legend that was Arkle was at the height of his fame at Newbury in 1966. Few could have thought he could be beaten by the rank outsider Stallbridge colonist. But even fewer could have come up with a game plan like Stan Mellor. As Arkle showed onto the racecourse followed by the grey, one of the most famous upsets in racing history was about to unfold.
And Arkle, the leader, being pressed now by Kelsborough Wood, who's going very strongly. Johnny Hayne coming there to tackle Pat Taff. And it's Arkle, the leader, from Kelsborough Wood. There's 35 pounds in it between these two. Arkle is over from Kelsborough Wood over second. Stallbridge Colonist is over third. Pat Taff, a look over his right shoulder there as he comes to the last open ditch. This is number 19 of the 21 fences, and it's Arkle, the leader, from Kelsborough Wood. Second, Stallbridge Colonist is third. Then comes Watermouth now in fourth place. Coming to the next now with Arkle, the leader. Then Kelsborough Wood, then Stallbridge Colonist. Watermouth trying to get on terms with them. This is the next, and Arkle over from Stallbridge Colonist now moving into second place, and now they're coming up to the last fence now, and it's Arkle, the leader, and a great crowd at the fence there waiting to part as he comes to jump it. Arkle 12 stone 7, the leader from Stallbridge Colonist. Arkle comes to it and he jumps it here of Stallbridge Colonist second, but Stallbridge Colonist putting in a great challenge, and it's Stallbridge Colonist on the stand side, Arkle on the far side. Here's where the weight is going to tell, and it's Stallbridge Colonist going away from Arkle now as they battle up to the line. Arkle is going to be beaten. It's Stallbridge Colonist from Arkle, and Watermouth putting in a great finish, but Stallbridge Colonist is the winner at the line. Arkle is second, third is Watermouth, fourth is Kelsborough Wood.
Stan had a plan and had delivered it with deadly precision.
If he'd seen me, you know, if I'd just come up in an honest way and just to challenge him, he would have just gone away. He promised you he would have just gone away. But I knew Stallbridge Colonist had one bit of speed, which Arkle hadn't got actually. It wasn't really a speedy horse. And he had one bit of speed and just used it at the right time.
Stan rode in an era which conjures up memories of some of jump racing's greatest. Biddlecombe, Gifford and Taff were household names. Today, colour TV coverage brings us the spills and thrills of the action. But even the jockey cam had a willing participant for its prototype back in the era of black and white. The champion jockey Stan Mellor was the inevitable choice by the BBC to test drive its new toy. Obviously too cumbersome and downright dangerous to wear in a race, it nonetheless gave the viewer a hitherto unknown view of the action. Even in the new era of colour TV, some factors were always a constant, such as the inevitability of a Mellor victory in a big race finish.
As they race round the home turn with 2 fences left to jump in the King George VI chase, with Titus Oates being pressed by Flying Bolt now, and it's Titus Oates in the lead from Flying Bolt. Titus Oates, Stan Mellor from Josh Gifford on Flying Bolt, 2 former champions now, neck and neck as they come to the second last, with Flying Bolt with the white face on the right of the picture as we see them come to the second last now. Flying Bolt just in the lead from Titus Oates. The Laird is coming there towards the stand side. Gay Trip is losing ground, coming up towards the final fence now, and it's Titus Oates over on the far side, Flying Bolt on the near side. The Laird trying to get on terms with them as Gate Trip fades as they come to the final fence now. Titus Oates over on the far left of the picture as they come to it, jumps it in the lead from Flying Bolt second. The Laird coming there into third place now, and as they race up towards the line, it's Titus Oates over on the far side holding Flying Bolt. The Laird trying to get on terms with them, but it's Titus Oates from Flying Bolt. Flying Bolt making ground as they race towards the line. 25 yards to run, and it's Titus Oates from Flying Bolt, and he's going to hold him at the line. Titus Oates is the winner. winner. Flying Bolt is second, the Laird is third, fourth is Gatron.
Stan and Titus Oates beating Josh on a weary Flying Bolt at Kempton. Now here's Stan winning narrowly on Tuscan Prince at Sandown.
2 fences to go, coming into the second last now. Tuscan Prince over, half a length in front of Lucky Edgar. Racing up the hill now with 1 fence to go. It's Tuscan Prince and Lucky Edgar, 10 lengths clear of the third horse, Johnson. They're coming into the last, absolutely together. The 2 horses are together. A great jump by both of them. A magnificent jump by Tuscan Prince. Gains him a length with 150 yards to go. It's Tuscan Prince. Lucky Edgar running on very strongly indeed. It's going to be a desperately close thing. Just a few strides to go as they come up to the line. I think that Tuscan Prince just held on from Lucky Edgar with Johnson way back in third place.
A lifetime in the saddle, a relentless flow of winners, but an as yet unattainable goal. The race to be the first to ride 1,000 winners over jumps began to capture the imagination of the British sporting world.
And with us tonight, the man who's still one away from being the first National Hunt jockey to ride 1,000 winners, Stan Mellor. Stan, you rode your 999th last Friday. You've had 12 rides since then. I think we've all ridden them with you. But is that such an unusual length of time for you to go without a winner?
It's plenty for me. I'd like to ride a winner.
But how has it been these last 12 days?
3 days. I've ridden 3 days without a winner. I've had 12 rides, and I've been beat short heads and run out, and I've done all sorts of things. I'd very much like to ride a winner now.
But everywhere you go, they're laying in the champagne, as I noticed. What on earth are they doing with all that champagne?
Well, at Cheltenham, they thought I'd ride a winner, so they got some champagne for the jockeys. Didn't ride a winner, so they took it to Nottingham. Didn't ride a winner. So off they took it to Chepstow and still didn't ride a winner. So it had a day off today. It would defizz today, and they're taking it to Uttoxeter tomorrow. So we're hoping for the best tomorrow.
So tomorrow's the big day, your next chance of doing it.
Yes, I've one ride at Uttoxeter tomorrow, and that's a nice horse, a horse called The Leap. And he's only run once in England, and he fell. But we're sure he's a nice horse, and I hope he'll run well.
We hope very much, too, that he does for you, Stan. Thank you very much indeed.
The champagne was on ice, but it was a horse called Ouzo who landed the inevitable victory at Nottingham a few days later.
Ouzo is in the lead. This is going to be his 1,000 winner. This is the one he's waiting for since last Friday. Here comes Ouzo. He's got about 200 yards to go. He's going well at Pontepierre. 100 yards to go. Still Ouzo in the lead. Pontepierre in second place. They've got about 50 yards to go. And here it is, a 1,000 winner for Stan Mellor coming up the line. Ouzo is the winner.
Relief as much as elation and a moment to savour for Stan and Elaine. And for good measure, Stan rode his 1,001st winner the same day. But by now, the relentless drive for winners, the travelling, the injuries, and the emerging young talent were leading to the end that comes to everyone.
And we start at Stratford, and there we join John Oaksey. And with John, as we join him, is a man who conceded the National Hunt Jockey's title last night, and in fact rode his 1,000th winner during the season. Of course, it's Stan Mellor. John.
Thank you, Dickie. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. And here he is, not, as I think we all hoped, champion jockey once again, but still a man after 20 years at the very top of his profession. Stan, many congratulations on your winner yesterday on Folly.
Thank you,
and I gather that it was a special one.
Well, yes, it was, John. I was very pleased to win on Folly because as Bob beat me in the previous race, there was no point in really riding today because I couldn't beat him. So I shook hands with him last night and conceded the championship to him. But I won on Folly, and I was very pleased he won because I'm not going to ride next season. I will not ride my own horses. I've got a first claim, a first retainer on Jeremy Glover, and I've been lucky enough to get some nice horses, young horses, and I thought it'd be probably the best thing if he set off with them and we make a clean start.
Yes, well, Stan, I think everybody will be partly sad, but also partly glad at that decision. Glad, I suppose, really, because you've come out of it after 20 years in one piece.
Yes.
But when I say in one piece, that's a comparative expression. You've never been keen about talking about injuries, but I know that you will have now in your head a list of your injuries, and if you wouldn't mind, just for the record, tell us what they've been.
Well, in the first place, really, I really have been very lucky, because in the last 15 years, I have been in the top 10, and in the top 8 of those years. So, in other words, I haven't really had an injury that has given me, for example, a very bad season. So I have been very, very lucky.
You didn't look too lucky to me in 1963 in hospital. You looked like
Well, I was lucky
football.
because when I've had a bad fall and got an injury, I always seem to do it in the spring of the year. And in fact, the levy board got a bit fed up with me because I always claimed through the summer. But I was very, very lucky. But as to what I did do, I starting at the top, I was concussed, I think, 4 times, which was very good in 19 years.
Mm-hmm.
I was knocked out 4 times.
Yes. Mm.
Facially, I did both cheekbones, jaws, top and bottom, 6 teeth, knocked out in the same fall at Aintree. I broke my nose twice on other occasions.
You're running out of bones and we're running out of time, Stan. The awful thing is he's less than halfway through those injuries, but we're running out of time. Bob, many congratulations on the championship. And now, what's it going to be like with no Mellor next season?
Oh, a lot of peace and quiet, I think, in my corner of the weighing room. Because we sit together usually.
But the races, the scene's going to be different.
The scene's going to be different, yeah. It's going to be one person less to beat, who's very hard to beat. And he'll be greatly missed, I think, by people starting off, because Stan's been a great help to young jockeys starting and getting them into the savings scheme and helping them generally. And I think he's going to be missed greatly in that way.
Stan, is it going to be very different training, do you think?
Well, it's going to be a very testing time for me, but I'm looking forward to it, and I've got some nice young horses, and I'm willing to have a go.
Well, Stan, the very best of luck as a trainer,
Thank
and the
you.
best of luck also on your real last ride, gay trip in the Grand Steeplechase to Paris.
Yes.
Thank you for coming, and thank
John.
you too, Bob. Thank you very much, and the best of luck to both of you.
Thank you, John.
Well, there it is, ladies and gentlemen. A sad day in a way, but as I've said, also a satisfactory day, because he is in one piece, and he'll still be with us as a trainer. And Bob Davis will be back next year.
The close of a riding career, a new dawn as a Lambourne trainer, and a landmark victory with a new stable star, Pollardstown in the Triumph.
With one flight left to jump and a long run to it, Pollardstown from Badsworth Boys, Celtic Ride, Hikari, Wait and See trying to get on terms with them. Then comes Tom Knoll, and coming down to the last flight now, and it's Pollardstown being pressed by Badsworth Boy. Celtic Ride still making progress over on the far side. It's Pollardstown from Celtic Ride, Badsworth Boy and Wait and See at the final flight. Pollardstown lands in the lead, goes through it. Celtic Ride over on the far side putting in a tremendous run, and it's Celtic Ride on the far side, Pollardstown on the near side. Badsworth Boy is back in third. Pollardstown is holding Celtic Ride as they race into the final 50 yards. It's Pollardstown from Celtic Ride, and as they come to the line, Pollardstown wins the Daily Express Triumph Hurdle. Second is Celtic Ride.
A memorable victory for Pollardstown and Philip Blacker at Cheltenham, one of Stan's happy hunting grounds, and it was at another Sandown that Stan produced the popular white-faced chestnut Royal Mail to land another big prize, the Whitbread.
Coming down to the second last, and it's Royal Mail from Teddy Kuhn in second, then Jer and Father Delaney, they just got one to jump, and it's Royal Mail in the lead from Teddy Kuhn, the long-time leader, putting in a renewed challenge, but here comes Father Delaney and Jer as they come down to the final fence. Royal Mail, Father Delaney, Jer and Teddy Kuhn on the run-in. It's going to be a really close thing. It's Royal Mail from Father Delaney, Jer and Teddy Kuhn, but as they race up to the line, it's Royal Mail just holding on as they go up to the post. It's Royal Mail who wins the Whitbread from Father Delaney. Second, Jer is there.
A first Whitbread as a trainer, and a second Triumph Hurdle came 3 years later.
The final flight, Alistair Mavros in the lead from Saxon Farm. Alistair Mavros touches down from Saxon Farm on the near side, and it's Saxon Farm on the near side who takes it up now from Alistair Mavros, and then 10th of October and Ross Fandango, and Saxon Farm is striding away. Saxon Farm and Mark Perrick, they've never been beaten in combination. They've won their 5th race together. Saxon Farm has won it.
As well as these important victories over jumps, Stan also had success in high summer at the most glorious of venues.
He's coming there very strongly. Our Jock challenging. Altrui also on the far side. It's Orojoyo in the centre, and our Jock as they race up towards the line. And Altrui putting in a tremendous run. Altrui's won it from our Jock.
And then, like these flat race jockeys do, he sort of stopped riding in half a stride before the line. Michael just stopped. And the other thing was pressing, you know, the second was pressing. All Harps missed the beat. But he got it, he won it by a short head.
Another popular chaser was Lannerai, always accompanied by his faithful donkey. Perhaps his finest moment was back at Sandown, getting Stan another whip raid.
Racing down towards the final fence, and it's Lannerai who's made nearly all the running out in front, but Contredale, trained by Fulk Woolman in second place, they come to take the last. What a lead by Lannerai! Lannerai has it by 2 lengths from Contredale in second, with back in third place Raw. He's been up towards the line. Lannerai is going to win it. A spectacular performance by Lannerai. He comes 5 lengths clear. Lannerai wins. Contredale is second. Raw, he's his third. What a cracking performance this by Lannerai, owned by Mr. Bill Tullochrin and Lambourne by Stan Mellor. What a brave horse.
Like so many old favourites, the popular Lean on the Arga cemented his place in public's affection with victory over the mighty fences at Aintree.
It's Lannerai inside the final furlong from Cramer, still storming after him, but as they race up towards the line, Lannerai, who finished third in the 87 National, wins the 1990 Fox Hunters. Lannerai is the winner, Cramer is second.
The following year, and another big race landed, this time the Cheltenham Stayers Hurdle with King's Curate.
Run for Free lands in the lead from King's Curate, finishing the stronger on the near side. Run for Free under pressure. King's Curate taking him on and getting the advantage as they race up the hill in the closing stages. It's King's Curate on the near side. Run for Free is fighting back. It's Run for Free now, taking it up again from King's Curate. It's going to be close. It's a photo. King's Curate on the near side has possibly just won it from Run for Free, but it's a photo.
Yes, a lifetime in racing. Stan Mellor, a big success as a trainer and a unique and groundbreaking talent as a jockey. 80 wonderful years. Happy birthday, Stan.